Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laurent. I'm gonna watch The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, Season 1, Episode 2. I said it, I think that at some point I'm gonna only say, Daryl Dixon and that's all, but still, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon for some episodes. For maybe all of the Season 1, we'll see. I'm really glad to be there for a new episode and I'm even more, enthusiastic and all of that to be there to discover one more episode because really the first one was so promising about the quality that we're gonna have for it that, time passed between the time that I discovered the first episode and now, and I'm even more, okay, they did really something great, that's so promising, the French casting, how much I appreciated it. As a French girl, into US shows, US movies, we are so used to have not French people playing French role and to have really things like that which are not great. And okay, they put some little cliches into the first episode, like the fact that all of their names, it's old French names. The way, that they are playing, it sounds a little like old French movies and shows. But it's really details in comparison of the fact that they are respecting us, French people, by really hiring a French casting and a beautiful one. For sure, the girl who is playing Isabelle, she's amazing, but I think that you already know her, you already discovered her in plenty of shows and movies, so you're not surprised about it, but you're gonna discover now the actress who is playing Madame Genet, the one who appeared at the end of the first episode. She's the villain of this story. She's the villain of this show. That's so great, not even better for a woman like her. As an actress, she's so perfect. She can be so intense, and only with her look, only with her presence, she doesn't need to scream. She doesn't need, to be too much and stuff like that. And she can be just so intense with her way to be, her look, the way that she's saying stuff. She's gonna be so great for this role. I cannot wait to see more of her. I cannot wait to see her also in front of Daryl. That's gonna be so great. We'll see about it. And yes, really, as a French person, I really appreciated this first episode. It was promising. And also it was promising for the story that they want to tell. We already knew with the trailer what it would be, that he met that boy, he has to protect him. I didn't know that we would have really something religious, around him. I thought that he would be the chosen one, he would be important because maybe it would help to find a cure, for the situation with the dead and all. But I didn't think that for the nuns, he was important because he's so different, with his way to be, his attitude and all, that he's the new messiah, he's gonna save the world, all of that religious aspect. I didn't expect it, but I'm not against it. Not really for the boy and what he can do, I have to say it, I'm not really interested by it, but I'm not against it for what it can bring for Daryl, It can bring, I think, a lot of discussions around faith, finding faith again, and that's something that we didn't have, not really into The Walking Dead, the original show, so why not having it right there, and in particular with Daryl, with everything that he lived, with his background, with his entire story. I think that he can be the good character for that, so why not? I'm not against it. They were attacked, the nuns, Daryl and all, by that group of men. Oh, I can't remember the name. The Angry Ones, that's how they're naming the deaths. Union of Hope, that's how they were naming themselves, you know, the nuns out of that community. Power of the Living, I think that is the name of that group of guys. A lot of them were killed. His brother was killed. Now, you know, Caudron, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He has a real personal story, you know, against Daryl. He's gonna have a personal revenge against Daryl, and that's great, you know, because if Madame Genet, she can be a good villain for this show, like as the main villain, it can be a more personal enemy, and I think that it can be great. We know that Daryl didn't kill his brother, we know that it was that girl and all, but still, it can be great. And Daryl was that close to do it, so I'm not mad at it. Something, you know, about this entire story which can be interesting, for me there is a mystery behind Le Havre, what is happening right there. We know that they are making experiences, Madame Genet with this doctor, that's what they wanted to do. We know that into that ship they put a lot of hope into it, and all of this hope was destroyed by Daryl. But when did it happen? How did it happen? I had the impression that Daryl was at Le Havre before, you know, all of what we saw during the first episode. I had the impression that it was not the first time that he came in France, in fact, right there. And that's why, you know, he would want to come back to Le Havre. Like, he wants to come back to it. That's really important. For what reason? Because he has a mission to end, because he has someone that he wants to reach, to protect. For me, there is something right there that we don't know. And maybe we're gonna discover that during this episode. I'm expecting, you know, a lot of flashbacks for this season 1 at least, maybe not after that, but at least for this season 1. For Daryl, what happened to him with Le Havre, that situation, and also for all of the new characters that we met, like for example, Laurent. I want to know more about really the story of his parents, how did it happen, like I want to see it clearly. Isabelle, I want to know more about her because we discovered that she became a nun and that before that she didn't believe into God. So something happened which changed her and I want to see it. And I think also that it would be interesting to see how France, you know, was before the death and to see a little of the beginning, you know, of deaths coming, destroying everything. Like, it would be interesting to have 1 or 2 scenes about it, like we had it almost into all of the spin-off of The Walking Dead, that moment. So it would be interesting to have it, you know, for a different country even more. We'll see. And I'm gonna see that right now because I'm gonna begin this new episode with you guys right now. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have these episodes earlier, 1 day earlier, and with an extended reaction part. It's big episodes, it's 1 hour episode. Like, it was the case for the first episode. I didn't think that it would be the case for the rest of the season. I think that we would come back to regular episode of 40 minutes, but right now it's 1 hour again. It's cool, I really enjoyed that, but because of that, I don't think that I'm gonna put 4 reaction part videos, you know, for this show. So extended reaction part, it's already great, like it's gonna be already really longer. So if you want to support me on my Patreon, you just have to subscribe to the level 2, you know, because of that. And it's really the best way to support me. I'm a little reactor on YouTube, also on Patreon, like, I can appreciate your help if you want, if you can. Let's go for this episode. Drinking a lot, flirting a lot, taking drugs. It's to lose yourself. I don't know how to say it in another way, it's to forget herself. Oh no, it was to steal a lot from them. Bad people, drunk people, or dead? Uh-oh. I wanted to see more of her past and how the deaths came. I didn't think we would have it at the same time, but whew. Run, my dear. He's really targeting you. Thank you. It was alright! Lily? Your daughter, your money is not gonna help you.
Il est super tôt là. Pas ensemble, mais pas maintenant. Tell me my sister behind. What if he's lost? He's too smart for that. Sure, he ran to that Alouette really fast. You think so, Lee? We need somewhere safe for the night.
Just tell him the truth. He's gotta learn sometime.
You don't have children, do you? The truth's gonna wait.
That's not how they raised Judith. It was close on purpose, you know, he didn't try really to kill you, and he warned you with that whistle. Simone Bay.
It was a preschool.
I don't know if you're doing so, you know, in US, but we are naming our schools after, you know, people who made history and stuff like that. And Simone Weil, she made some pretty good stuff for France.
Qu'est-ce que vous voulez? Rien. On est des gens d'église. On a perdu notre mule, on s'est retrouvés coincés.
They're all kids, no?
Père d'arrive. Il vient d'Amérique. Il était envoyé en mission à l'époque. Il parle pas français. Depuis tout ce temps, c'est américain.
Good joke.
Now I want to practice English. Out of respect for Father Daryl.
Father Daryl. Really?
Let me show you our classroom. Maybe
It's not gonna last for a long time, that lie.
some of our friends go home at the end of the day, but the rest of us sometimes never came.
It's a little, you know, like the lost children.
We hunt. We grow fruit. We fix old toast. And we keep up our lessons. This is Madame Genet. She's our parents. And our nurse. Teaches everything. And she got sick. 6 months. Yeah, we read to her. And we sing.
She's gonna die and transform before the end of this episode.
Father Daryl, do you lead us in a prayer of thanks?
It can be fun.
You mean like saying grace?
Yes?
Lord? I'm sure you have your reasons. For turning the whole world upside down. Maybe we deserve it. For being so mean to each other. We probably do deserve it.
They don't deserve it, they are just kids, what did they do?
But not tonight. No.
Don't say that.
Tonight is good. And if this isn't good enough for you,
I'm really embarrassed. It's all Madame Genet. She says that our manners are a mirror that shows our portrait. So what will you do now that you lost your mule?
He isn't lost. He's eating apples.
You know, I agree a little with Daryl. At some point, that kid he needs to know what the real world is.
He lives in the castle near here.
Does he have a mule?
Horses? He used them to take everything from the village. We tried to raid to get supplies. But
Can you show me where this castle is?
no, sorry, it's too dangerous.
A castle, normally you can't miss it.
You do want to save your teacher, right? I mean, this guy raided all the drugstores. He's got all the medicine.
No. But you heard me. Please. In the morning, go together.
Alright?
But you know medicine will help that teacher.
He doesn't know it. He needed a reason to push them to help.
You just need that horse.
So you lied?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the truth's gonna away. Right?
That was a mule. This is that teacher.
Look, we just need to get to the radio. It's too far to walk.
So you can go home.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them. I want to know what the world was like before.
You can't mess with you never had.
Yes, you can.
Ça fait combien de temps?
Quelques mois.
J'espère.
Désolée. Je m'ai rien dit. Ça y est, j'ai eu peur,
You, Laurent's mother, is your nephew. You are Laurent's mother.
We can't take her with us in that condition.
On reviendra pareil.
We can drop her off somewhere on the way. A clinic. And I take care of you. I fucking always take care of you. Trust me. Trust me.
And accept to give up on your sister?
Find
Nope.
somewhere safe. This will all be over. Be back in Paris in a few days, right?
Okay.
That's why you know she can't judge Daryl.
You're not a priest.
Is that obvious?
Yes. Hey, how did you come to France?
It's a long story.
I want to hear it.
When I say family, are the people that you're with.
She sounds like she was a good teacher.
Is.
After my mother went to be with the angels, my father, who was falsely imprisoned, joined the Foreign Legion to fight the Huns. He was a hero who gave his life for free France.
I don't think so.
I don't.
I think that...
Sounds made up.
No.
Those penguins trick you, Laurent.